The Pittsburgh Steelers are our next team in the offseason preview series. The Steelers continue to be stuck in the same spot year after year. Good enough to make the playoffs, not good enough to win any games in the playoffs. Mike Tomlin continues to have that same problem. And to be honest, this team struggles from a lack of offensive talent. They have no playmakers. And, despite Russell Wilson and Justin Fields receiving much of the criticism, they don't have the playmakers to necessarily make them very good. So I understand from both their perspectives, they didn't necessarily have the best weapons to be set up for success, but they need to be better. As far as their free agents go, both those guys are free agents. Some key defensive pieces, Dante Jackson and Landon Roberts. Some smaller guys, Dan Moore, James Daniels in the offensive line. And then you have Mike Williams in there as well. You got both running backs free agents. So they got a lot of free agents they're going to have to work through. But with $53 million in cap space, the Steelers are in a great position to make some moves this offseason. As far as guys that they'll re-sign, I think Dan Moore, James Daniels will be great guys to re-sign. Daniels was in for a career year before suffering key injury. I do think they will sign Jalen Warren. I think they're going to return either Najee or Warren, and I'm leaning more Warren returning to Pittsburgh next season. As far as the draft goes, I think it makes too much sense to, draft Emeka Ibuka right there in the first round. He's a great fit in Pittsburgh. He would be their wide receiver one for their new quarterback I'm about to mention here in a second. And he's going to be a seamless fit for whoever drafts him, and I think he's a great fit in Pittsburgh. As far as later in the draft, they really need to get another running back. This is a deep running back class, so Pittsburgh should have no problem finding a guy later in the draft. And then as far as free agents go, $53 million in cap space, guys. I think this is where Aaron Rodgers is going to land. I think Rodgers is going to go to Pittsburgh, gives him the best chance of winning. I think Mike Tomlin's going to go try to get him another quarterback this offseason if they can't go get Sam Darnold. I don't think they will be able to. So I think Rodgers is going to land in Pittsburgh, and then they're also going to pair him with Travarius Ward at quarterback. They have some corner problems that they need to address. And I think that's how you make the Pittsburgh Steelers a better team, potentially go win more than 9 games and a playoff spot next year. And I think the Steelers might be set up for success with this roster.